The Quest 2 has been recalled! Where can I get a Quest 2? Shops aren't selling the Quest 2. People are losing their shit because the media are assuming rubbish that isn't true. Seriously, some people got rashes and now Oculus want to put silicone covers in the Quest boxes. It's all good, and when the Quest 2 comes back, the 299 version is going to have 128 gigabytes instead of 64 gigabytes. Bit of a bugger for those who just bought a 64 gig Quest 2. I feel for you. Despite what I said in the past, Anthronox asked if 64 gigabytes is enough storage. I say absolutely yes. Games have got bigger, and though the 64 gig is perfectly doable, 128 is definitely a sweet spot when it comes to price and disk space. Disk space? What's a disk?
Disk?
So problem solved. If you want to get into VR and don't care about Facebook accounts, you wait for 128 gig Quest 2. Job's a good one. Only, what about a Quest 3? Before we get into the nitty gritty, I'm happy to announce that after a year of trying to avoid sponsored videos because, you know, integrity and all that, I've finally seen the light and realised that discussion videos like this are actually perfect for a sponsor. So I would like to thank Vive for believing that my channel is worth their time and effort. Who are Vive, I hear you ask?
What?
Vive make awesome lenses that slot into your Quest 2. Nay, VR headset, as they do lenses for lots of them. The lenses are tailored to your prescription and allow you to finally see clearly in VR without glasses. But oh man, does that mean when I wear contact lenses, I have to spend ages pulling them out? Not my lenses, the lenses in the Quest 2. And when I want to lend my headset to my friends? Nah. Not at all, because the lenses are held on by magnets. You install a little frame around the lenses, the Quest 2 lenses, and that's what the Vive lenses hold on to. And they are an absolute game changer. Yep, I'm using that again because you missed the video that he was in the first time. And they don't just do lenses, they now do a range of products for your VR headset. So if you want to level up your Quest 2, make sure you check them out.
And it's the choice of a new generation.
So to not waste your time, I won't be asking you to subscribe to the channel until the end of the video. But if you do like VR challenges, product and game reviews, discussion videos like this, then you definitely should. So yeah, Quest 3, should we wait for it? I can see why you'd want to. People go and buy a 64 gig Quest 2 and then they release a 128 gig one for the same price. Hell, I bought a Quest 1 last July and then 2 months later they announced the Quest 2. Back when I was cutting edge and not just the strap dude. So to help you make this decision, we need to consider a few questions. 1, how good will it be? 2, how much will it cost? 3, will it play current Quest games or be a totally new system? And 4, when will it be released? Now remember, at this point it's all speculation. There are some things that we know, but there's a lot of things that we don't. So exciting. So we do know that a Quest 3 is in development. Speaking to investors, Zuckerberg confirmed that we're going to work on the new hardware as well. The new hardware will fit the same platform, so the content that works on the Quest 2 should be forward compatible, and that we're going to build one larger install base around the virtual reality headsets that we have. Well, that answers question 3. I really should have made that question 1. So a Quest 3 is coming and it will play Quest 2 games and Quest 1 games. So developers mostly will continue just making Quest games, not Quest 3 games. So if you buy a Quest 2, you aren't going to get locked out, mostly. There are a few features only available on the Quest 2 that aren't on the Quest 1, such as app sharing, for example. But in general, Quest 1 users aren't currently locked out. All Quest 2 games can currently be played on the Quest 1. And the Quest 2 is way more powerful than the Quest 1, so that's good news going forward. Plus, there's also way more people that own a Quest 2 now, so that's more people that Facebook need to keep happy, because Facebook like keeping people happy. By the way, the quote from above is from Tech Radar. There will be links to all my sources below. If I say something that is total guess or just pulled out my ass, then you will see.
Jesus Christ.
So, how good will it be? Well, I'd expect another bump in resolution. The Quest 2's resolution is fantastic, but it can always get better, especially with the HP Reverb G2 beating it, and they do want that tagline,
"From Facebook, the sharpest screen in virtual reality."
Or something like that. Refresh rate will probably be a stable 120 Hz since the Quest 2 is already capable of hitting 120 Hz. Then things like battery life and processor will improve. Remember, the XR2 chipset that's in the Quest 2 is proper cutting edge edge in terms of mobile chipsets, and when the Quest 2 was released, the XR2 was brand new, unlike when the Quest 1 was released and they used a mobile chip from a few generations back. Now, did you know that actually they're already working on a Quest 4? It's early days, but the Zucks said, because of how hardware gets developed, you kind of need to know what your next 3 products are going to look like all at the same time. Now, let's not get ahead of ourselves. Buy the Quest 6 or wait for the Rift Classic, coming in this video now. Seriously, don't worry about the Quest 4, that's going to be a long way off. So in terms of how good the Quest 3 is going to be, I reckon it won't be that much better than the Quest 2 in any really meaningful way. i.e., if you're currently happy with the battery life, the resolution and the refresh rate of the Quest 2, then you probably won't care that much about improvements to those things. Things like eye tracking, face tracking and smell tracking, oh god, get me out, are unlikely to feature on it. In fact, Andrew Bosworth and John He's So Amazing Carmack were having a little public chat, and Andrew Bosworth said, there isn't a Quest 3, there's only a Quest 2. But I did hint at an AMA earlier this year about a Quest Pro, because we do have a lot of things in development where we want to introduce new functionality to the headset, along with kinds that people theorise that we would want to introduce, and that's a little ways off still. That's your smell tracking. So yeah, no new features it seems, just a better version of what we've got right now. So, question 2, how much will it all cost? Well, since the Zuck wants 1 billion people in VR, it's still got to be cheap. So I reckon it'll be the same, $299 for a lower capacity of probably 128 again, and $399 for a 256. Unless they get frisky again and do 128 and 512. Please don't do that. Doubles please, not quadruples. If this is the price, that also means that the Quest 3 or the 2 Pro will still have the more simple IPD settings and a single LCD panel to cut costs. They could make it wider though. I don't want to see no edges again. We already answered question 3, so let's skip over to question 4. So finally, when do we think it's going to be released? Well, the Quest 2 came out pretty soon after the Quest 1, at about 1.5 years later. Following that release pattern, you'd go for something like spring 2022. 100% though, not 2021. They are not going to release a new headset after just releasing the 128GB Quest 2. No way. Definitely not. Now, Andrew Bosworth did say, it's still not going to happen this year. For those who are curious, Quest 2 is going to be in the market for a while, for a long while. And it's going to be, you know, I think the best bet for most accessible way to get into VR and have a great experience. Personally, I think it will come in October 2022 in the same way the Quest 2 came out in October 2020, ready to make a massive Christmas splash, thus putting the Quest release schedule on a 2-year cycle. Why won't it come out in 2021? Well, the Quest 2 is just far too popular, apart from people who hate Facebook or who can't use it due to the spacing of their eyes. Begone those with eyes slightly narrow or wider than the average. Loads of people are still desperate to get a Quest 2, so it's going to have another bumper Christmas. They don't need to release another one just yet, and that means they can't go and piss all those people off by releasing a new one in the spring. So yes, definitely October.
Jesus Christ.
And so we come to the most important question, the one that this video promises to answer. Do you buy a Quest 2 when you can, or do you wait for a Quest 3? Well, that does very much depend on you. Don't worry, I'm not copping out. But if you are happy to buy a phone, knowing that it will be replaced in a year, then sure, get a Quest 2 when you can, especially if you're watching this video before October 2021. If you wouldn't buy a phone that's getting replaced after a year, then sorry, you're actually never going to buy a phone. Right now, as this video releases, my advice is if you want a mobile VR headset on the Quest platform, buy a Quest 2 when it's back on sale, rather than waiting for the Quest 3 or the Quest 2 Pro. You could be waiting a very long time that you could be spending enjoying the wonderful world of VR. If you're a bit late to this video and we still don't know when the Quest 3 is coming, then assume it's coming in October 2022 with a possibility of sooner. Ask yourself, would I be happy if I bought a Quest 2 right now and then in October the Quest 3 comes out? If you're okay with that, then buy the Quest 2. If you're not okay with that, well, you could subscribe to this channel, and as soon as I hear a release date for the Quest 2, I'll tell you, and then you get onto eBay and sell! And there you have it. in general, if you want to get into bed with Facebook, if you want to get into VR with Facebook, then just get a Quest 2 when you can. Just be a bit wary if you're watching this video in the middle of 2022. If you are, then thank you so much for your support. Leave one of those watching in the future comments. And to everyone who made it this far, thank you so much. Honestly, watching a video to the end is literally the most helpful thing that you can do. I don't want your money or anything like that. I just really appreciate your time. But if you're willing to give £5 a month, then my Patreon, I don't have a Patreon. If you're not subscribed, do press the button and ding the bell. It is free, and if you want to win some VR stuff, then watch my non-VR tech videos, because we all love a bit of tech, where I'll be giving some VR stuff away. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. See ya!